What's going on, family? Back again, and today we have some good information in regards to some additional financial assistance for the American people, specifically our low-income families. Yes, we now know what the current presidential candidates are attempting to bring forth to the table, which is very good, I must say. In fact, we could potentially be seeing around $6,000 in some cases, and then in some other cases up to $25,000. But before we get started, let's go ahead and talk about this right here, where there is a new settlement that is going out right now where Americans can receive up to $4,400. Now, this is all because of the recent data breach, in which this is the current settlement from that data breach, in which 1.5 million people ended up losing their information. Their information got leaked onto the dark web, and now there is a lawsuit, and some Americans could be eligible to receive some of this money. Take a look at this right here, where it says how to get your settlement claim. Like I told you guys a couple of weeks ago in regards to the data breach, in which millions of people, Americans, ended up having their information leaked out to the public. Well, now good turnaround to this, which is there's never good in regards to a data breach because your information is leaked to these strange people out there on the dark web. But anyways, there has been a lawsuit, and now victims of this data breach have just a few days, hours in order to file a claim to receive some of this money. It says right here that Money Boost Americans can get payments up to $4,400 from $1.5 million data breach settlement. All they need is a bank statement. Those who have no bank statement will have to settle for much less money. But anyways, victims of this data breach have just hours left to file a claim for one-time payment from $1.5 million payout. The data of thousands of CGM customers was compromised back in December of 2022, and finally the lawsuit is now on the table. They are saying that while the Service Solutions Company has not admitted to any wrongdoing, the settlement resolves claims made against CGM in a class action lawsuit. The complaint claims that CGM failed to take enough action to keep the data of consumers safe from this data breach. And notably, the lawsuit claimed that personally identifying information was assessed during the hacking events, and that did include things like driver's license, your state ID numbers, and your social security numbers. The lawsuit claims that around 279,000 people were impacted by this particular breach and are entitled to a payout and benefits. Eligible consumers who can claim under the settlement will have received a notification of the data breach from CGM, as well as a cash payment of up to $4,400. Claimants can also get credit monitoring services as well. But anyways, they can get 3 years of 3 bureau monitoring as well as identity theft protection for up to $1 million. However, the amount of money each class member receives will depend on the losses that they suffered as a result from this data breach. Now, they are saying that for ordinary losses, claimants can get up to $400 and $20 per hour for up to 4 hours of lost time. Those who have suffered extraordinary losses due to the breach can get up to $4,000. But anyways, guys, if you have been a victim of this CGM hacking event where your data was leaked out to the public, you can submit a claim to try to get some money from this particular thing. So anyways, go ahead and go out there, Google this information. You probably are already aware of this. So hopefully you have already submitted your claim. If not, there may be some time for you still to be able to do so. Again, this is the data breach from the CGM customers, where thousands were compromised back in December of 2022. Now, in addition to that, guys, we also have some information coming directly from one of the presidential candidates, Kamala Harris, in which she is running for the Democrat side and Donald Trump is running for the Republican side. Well, anyways, Harris has been taunting different things that she would like to do if she is elected as the president of the United States. And one of those things is she wants to bring back the child tax credit. You guys remember that? The thing that actually brought so many American children from being in poverty? Well, Harris wants to focus on that as a specific thing to bring back to the American people, the low-income families specifically. It says right here that Harris to focus on grocery costs, child tax credit, and economic agenda, according to her advisors. Now, this information came out a couple of weeks ago on August the 15th, but I definitely wanted to talk about it because it does mention in this article what the different candidates are actually talking about. On the Democratic side, presidential candidate Kamala Harris' economic agenda will focus on lowering costs of groceries, housing, and healthcare, as well as bolstering the child tax credit and drawing a specific contrast in regards to what Donald Trump is trying to offer if he is elected as well. He says that he wants to focus on tariffs and taxes. I would only assume that that is lowering taxes for the American people, as well as aides and advisors are also saying that he's definitely committed to putting those tariffs out in regards to the imported goods coming directly from China as well as other countries. He did also state previously that he does not want to touch Medicaid and Medicare, so that is a good thing. He also doesn't want to touch Social Security. However, the GOP has long talked about reducing those benefits, almost completely gone, if you will. But Donald Trump has not talked about that specifically. But anyways, according to Kamala Harris, the U.S. Vice President, she plans to lay out some details of her economic plan in a speech in North Carolina on Friday that will touch on lowering costs as well as price gouging. We heard about her talking about that as well. And then for those of you that are interested, they did commit yesterday in regards to they will have the first debate on September the 10th. So that will be Donald Trump against Kamala Harris. So anyways, guys, again, like I said, this could be a huge relief for the American people, bringing back the child tax credit. We've talked about it previously where individual parents of children, they received, I believe, around $600, or was it $300 per month or $250 per month? She wants to bring that back, but she also wants to increase the amount that is brought back. So that is very promising. And we also have some updated information related to that child tax credit. Take a look at this right here where it says that Harris now wants to give $6,000 tax credit to parents of newborn children. So again, this came out on August the 19th. That was less than a week ago. But anyway, she was seen right here in this particular video where she was speaking at a campaign event, delivering her first major economic plan as the Democratic presidential nominee. Like I said, she is talking about a lot of things right now, and we'll just have to see how that all plays out. We all know that during election season, both parties typically announce various things to try to win over your vote. So we definitely want to be mindful of that. But I believe that this is a long-going thing in relation to what the Democrats have always pushed for, which is child tax credits, as well as finding ways to introduce a new money or new income to help low-income families. So this is right in line with that. So anyways, we'll just have to see how this does turn out and how much she continues to talk about this on the campaign trail. We also will have to see what Donald Trump is talking about as well. But it does say right here that the current child tax credit stands at $2,000 per eligible child. But again, like I said, Kamala Harris wants to increase that from $2,000 up to $6,000. And then right here, we also have where this just came out this week, guys. And take a look at this right here where Kamala Harris, she is proposing giving out $25,000 to help first-time homebuyers. Yes, this is to help them with their down payment, and this is all related to the increase in housing prices as well as the increase in the mortgage rates, which still have not come down since the pandemic and the rise of inflation. So anyways, Harris wants to do something about that. She wants to lower the amount of entry to allow every American in this country to be able to live out the American dream and purchase their home. And she wants to do it by giving them $25,000 as part of a down payment if they are a first-time home buyer. Now, this is another piece of her economic agenda that she is pushing on the campaign trail. She actually announced this last week during her campaign speech in North Carolina. A lot of people are not necessarily happy about this, specifically referring to the Republicans, in which you can see right here in this particular article on PolitiFact. Yes, I believe this is a Republican or a GOP-led website, but it does say that Kamala Harris wants to give $25,000 to illegal aliens to buy American homes. Now, what they are talking about right here is that there is some controversy in regards to the announcement that Kamala Harris had announced that she wants to give $25,000 for people to buy their first-time homes. And I believe there is some discrepancy on whether or not she also said that this money would be available for U.S. citizens, Americans, as well as non-citizens. So if that is true, I couldn't necessarily find any information in regards to that. But if it is true, this article stands true. It does state that she would be giving $25,000 to non-citizens and potentially illegal aliens to buy homes in America. So again, you will have to fact check that yourself, because I could not find any information whether or not she actually said that, or if this is just how the Republicans are trying to lead with this information. But anyways, if you do find that, or you actually know, comment that down below in the comment section. I would love to take a look at that for myself to make my own judgment. So anyways, in addition to that, it also talks about it right here where Kamala Harris wants to give the first-time homebuyers $25,000, and they want to know, is this a good idea? What do you guys think? Do you think that this is a good idea? Let me know your thoughts down below, guys, because I would love to get your thoughts on this idea. Me personally, I do not agree with this. However, I do believe that home prices are extremely high in today's market, as well as the mortgage rates don't help any at all. But again, I do not believe that the American people should be receiving an additional $25,000 bonus just to buy a home. Now, what this will actually create is for home sellers, home builders, they are just going to raise their home prices by $25,000. That is exactly what's going to happen if the presidential candidate Harris does implement this, if she is elected into office. But I would love to get your thoughts on this. Comment down below, and don't forget to hit the like button on this video. Let me know you're watching this, guys, up until this particular point, 12 minutes in. Hit the like button for me. I would appreciate it on this video. But then, like I said, we have been talking about Donald Trump as well as Kamala Harris. I do want to go ahead and let you know an update in regards to the latest polls. Now, please forgive me. I am not necessarily sure about this particular website, but it is called 270towin.com. Take it for what it's worth. But anyways, it does talk about the 2024 presidential election polls. This is the current stance in which they are sitting at right now as of August the 27th on the screen. It does say in relation to the national poll, it does look like Harris is leading by 2.2%, which is necessarily not enough to actually state that this is accurate or not, because there is always a discrepancy, or what do you call it, that percentage in between of whether it is right or whether it is wrong. But anyways, it does say that Harris is leading in the national polls, and that is the average of 6 other polls. But in regards to the individual states, if you just scroll down here, you can see that we have 4 states leading by Harris, and then we have 3 states leading by Trump. Looks like Utah is leading by 32%, but anyways, and then we have 4 more states leading by Harris. We have 3 more states leading by Harris and 1 by Trump, another 1 by Trump, 3 more by Harris, 2 by Trump, 2 by Harris, and then 1 by Trump, and then 2 more by Harris. So again, it does look like Harris might be leading in relation to this website. Again, take it for what it is worth. That is what they're saying. And then I also pulled up another poll, which is by New York Times. I believe that they are always leaning towards the Democratic Democratic side, I believe so. So take this one as a grain of salt as well. But it does state that who's leading the polls. It does state that Harris is leading by 49% and Trump is leading by 46%. But again, like I said, do your own research. Do not take everything that I say or what I'm reading to you as 100%. These are just the first two websites that I pulled up when I Google searched it. So anyways, I at least wanted to share that with you today. But anyways, let me know what you think about the $25,000 for first-time home buyers. Also, let me know what you think about her implementing the $6,000 child tax credit. Do you agree with that? Do you believe that that should be increased from the current $2,000 up to $6,000? I would love to get your thoughts on this. Comment down below. And then as always, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Budget Bill. We would love to have you here as a part of this family. Outside of all of that, I hope to see you on the next video.